gaze of every forZe player has evaded him, and GXX still none the wiser.
Look at that smoke though, completely isolates that short position, which is exactly where B&E are rotating on. Jerry's planting for Heaven, and the rest of the T's are taking full control out towards CT. Zorta opens up proceedings, GXX falls.
Yeah, Rigon now back into the action, can't quite land the shot onto Zorta, as Zorta, my goodness! Another flurry of frags comes through, Suneri and one flat throw. They're isolated if they're unable to find their targets. Look at how evasive they're being. They're playing the time and they're doing it perfectly. One Flatro, he's given so many targets at once, he just can't capitalize onto any of them. And Jerry and Shelfie shut that one down nicely. And also, according to our partners over at 1xBet, forZe are the favorites for this series. They choose to accept it. They've got a free avenue all the way to the A bomb site here. B as well, getting cleaned up nicely. And speaking of cleaning up, Jerry, he's cleaning up house. Plenty of money with those 2 kills. And Rigon, I don't know where that's come from. Oh my god, Rigon's found another one. Oh no, Synopsy chimed in too. And the Deagles, the bad news Deagles have found 3 frags. And forZe, they are not out of this one just yet.
Jerry low. Synopsy buying so much time for Rigon to rotate up. And he's equipped himself with an AK. Things are starting to get a little bit dangerous. forZe starting to feel as do all of the hard work that forZe has put in. Synopsy taking first contact here. This is so dangerous.
Oh, Jerry's 1 bullet from death, but just about makes it past with a smoke. Rigon now peeking above the boxes, ready and waiting for a potential push, but instead Zorta goes for the bomb plant. Jerry, he's nowhere to be seen. The plant's denied, and by goodness, this round goes from bad to worse. A Molotov on the bomb, that's an impeccable play. Synopsy has to go down for forZe to win the round, but it's not going to happen. And forZe, what the hell has happened here?
Completely undone by the Deagles. The big kill, to be honest, was out towards long by Synopsy. The fact that he finds that opener, 47, rotates up, denies the bomb and puts a Molotov on it to make sure that round is always going in the defense's favor. It's stolen away from forZe.
That second Deagle kill from Rigon was absolutely disgusting.
But the rest of his team are all gathered in towards the shallows of the short waters. One Flatro should have Crad dead to rights. And from there, in fact, the actual contact comes in for Synopsy again in towards Connector.
Oh no, that is not the time you want to be jumping there, Result. Synopsy catches him mid-air, 0 accuracy, and Zorta inaccurate on his first bullet, leaves him in a 1 versus 4 with 28 seconds, and the nade is just insult to injury at this point. Finally lands the headshot. Can he do it again? Gets one Flatro down to 2. But with that, 3 left alive, the economy's starting to build up for the CT side here. And on the flip side, forZe, they lose the opening gun round. And there will be a play around this corner. Oh, and they're not even facing the right way. Result finally looks round to check for it. But he's already gone down. Synopsy doubles up. He could even find a triple here. This is madness. forZe, how can you not expect this? Shelfie, though, does thin the numbers for the B&E side, but still the man advantage. And Zorta and Shelfie slowly being closed in upon. They can at least push for the bomb site. They've got a couple of isolated duels here. Oh, but Suneri doesn't give a damn if he's isolated. He could be on an island. He's just picked up 2 crisp and clean frags. And bad news Eagles, a fairly clean round come the end of it.
Some direction. They're allowing forZe to feel a little bit more comfortable. They've got control of Connector. They've got control towards short, but it's a triple setup out towards toilets. And that's exactly where forZe are heading.
Yeah, Synopsy's in a prime position here. Util may fly on over, but Crowd flies into his crosshairs. Rigon, GXX, and Nopsy. By God, they light up the kill feed, and forZe are left with their lurk player in Shelfie alone in B short water. What?
Towards short, one Flatro, have a little bit of a peek in. He's always going to win out that engagement. B&E, they feel comfortable on the server right now. You can hear them getting excited, and that one setup
for the forZe squad, but I have a feeling that Norway and Kenzie would be fragging at a high capacity at this stage. As Synopsy, he's everywhere. He switched positions with the T side in another buy round. He's found an untraded opening 2 kills. He is 15 in 4, Brandon. That is obscene for round number 10. And Rigon is about to deal with Monster. Jerry does at least shut him down, but GXX in the back lines provides cover. Shelfie does at least find another, as Synopsy could be caught mid-air here, but instead catches not only Zorta, but the bomb and sees Shelfie, leaving him now in a tough 1 versus 2, which is immediately shot on down by GXX BMing him with an AK.
now spots a player up towards long, but might not be expecting the close affairs of forZe because there's a player right next to him. Gets caught off guard by Result. Jerry with another. It's looking much better for the T side.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous timing there. The fact the AWP sees no one is so unlucky, but forZe are grateful for it. Rigon now pushing up Banana, has just been outflanked by Shelfie. I can't imagine he's got long left on his battery life as, well, Seneri hasn't been much of a distraction thus far. Instead, Result finally finding the impact he has so desired. At least 3.
Yeah, that was good as well. The partial investment, they're just grouping up together, making sure that they're
trying out. He's gone for a cheeky boost here, and I think Shelby's about to walk right into this. Yes, he is. He's got no idea. Wait, has he? He's not spotted the boost. Of course he hasn't. Looks like he even tries to clear for it, but forZe doesn't give a damn. Shuts down Shelby and GXX. I've seen him from this position before. He's a menace, but only good for a single. This crowd finds a bit of impact. If the kill feed is lit up across both sides, but it is now even stature until Seneri does that. 1 versus 2 for Zorta. The AWPer needs to find something here, but with a minute and 5 left on the clock, is saving even an opportunity, Brandon.
So he can now progress even further, but playing on the edge of it is Seneri, but Zorta catches him out. 40 seconds left. Looks like he's going to reposition back in towards Monster, but Synopsy's playing this well, just waiting for the audio cue of the bomb.
Yeah, he sits there patiently. Oh, they're watching each other's angles. Synopsy can't afford to swing this early. He's so tempted to do so. Spot by Zorta, and Zorta, what a clutch to pull on out. And that is the loudest we have heard forZe today. Monster clutch from their AWPer there.
Yeah, really well played by Zorta. Does really good work in kind of going back, unscoping, re-scoping to give away the audio. And then from there, you feel like this round's all said and done. You got to wait for the commitment for Zorta to find Synopsy.
Got utility to back this one through. They don't want to let their tracers be seen by the promiscuous A1S. But Rigon, oh, he's more than happy to flex his lead. Straight into the heads of Jerry, following up onto Krad. It is a nightmare for forZe down towards Monster. He's a dead man walking. This is all BNE need to do. Don't give up any unnecessary advantages. Don't give forZe a chance for anything. Result. Oh, he's walked straight over the top of Synopsy's ladder trap, and he's continuing to spam onto where Zorta might peek down. Swaps the AWP for an AK. He does at least find that frag. There's so little else he can do in this round other than maybe try and save in these 30 seconds. He doesn't need the money himself, but Shelfie has $0. Krad 50. Nobody else particularly stable, and GXX ensures that Zorta won't be either. Tips the balance, and this is a very dominant CT side for the likes of BNE.
They're just moving in tandem. They're on carousels. Jerry is holding at the very least for Synopsy, and that's an upgrade that can come in for the IGL. Oh dear.
That's such a risky boost. I have no idea how it pays off, though it's being held. Oh, forZe, stop it. Shelfie, though, tries to prevent Seneri from doing the same, and he will appropriately cut him through. forZe goes for the 2-man spray down. Shelfie trades it back again, and this is a 3 versus 2. This all it takes is 1 bit of util, but that's 1 bit of util forZe don't have. Jerry's just given up his position. GXX has found another, and look at the way BNE swing this one back into their favor.
Zorta has slipped the net, so there is a possibility, because he knows where both of these players are. But the luxury he doesn't have is the time. Zorta can't even find GXX. A very tight angle. 11 rounds on the CT side of Overpass on their opponent's map pick. That's a statement from BNE.
I believe currently most CT-sided map in the pool. The Shelfie, well, sends Rigon straight back to the lobby. forZe, in fact, no, Synopsy, a nice follow-up, but Result ensures the lead is kept by the Russian side. forZe again snatches away that advantage. Lovely long-range pistol kills. Don't know how they do it, Brandon, but
Potentially could save this round for forZe.
I mean, it's a must-win round. Result needs to deliver. He's been missing the entire game thus far. Oh, bad news, Eagles. They're not going to clear him. Krad and Result, they strike in tandem. GXX, he does find 1, but he's got 2 more to deal with in 30 seconds. They're coming in from separate angles. He can at least isolate them. But my God, that's a hard fight to win towards heaven. The taps keep on coming, and he finally deals with Krad. Shelfie, too nervous to swing on over. Now left in a 1 versus 1. There's a serious chance that GXX can spin the jaw of Shelfie here, but instead the Russian strikes harder. And at least for a moment.
Being quite aggressive in towards Schwarter.
I like that. Schwarter as Shelfie Well, his lifespan, in fact, no, that's Crad to go down to Fletcher early doors. Synopsy now, an opportunity to strike onto Jerry. The jiggle peak costs him his life. Result, it is a good trade, especially for him being on the FAMAS. But yeah, Rigon has just found his way onto an open A bomb site. Daughter overextends. And with that, it's a 4 versus 2, a free A bomb site, and 12 on the board for B&E. They let the opening 2 slip by them. They're straight back to winning ways as soon as you like, as from them, as they look to potentially put a boost up, but instead they get collateraled. Great spray from Zorta, and that nade could do huge amounts of damage. Rigon still alive and kicking though as they push the site, and Rigon, he's good for a single entry and makes it into bank. Zorta, oh, that's a meticulous spray down though. 3 to Vitali. That might have just done all, or undone all of Rigon's hard work.
But this gets weird, because he's now in the back lines. And he spotted Jerry, who turns around, but Rigon also finds Zorta. Flatro now needs to move up, try and support, but his audio's been given away by the player in towards toilets the entire time. Bomb can be picked up, scavenged by Rigon, but you got that reposition in from Result towards Long. I think that's the last place that Rigon is expecting Result to be, and just about forZe get it done. It's the Shore and Monster side. Spams, gunfights, engagements. Rigon comes out on top against Crad again. He's not been having the best game, and you know what? Rigon's going to keep on going, but the combination of Jerry and Result is making this one a bit difficult for B&E.
Now, I like that smoke from Jerry. It gives him a great position to work from. It does at least isolate him from B&E for now, but he looks to get more involved in the action. Coming in tandem with Zorta, they look to close down this monster play together. Massive nade onto GXX, and a flashbang will add confusion to the mix. But Flatro, as he falls off the top of the bomb site, catches the IGL from forZe, leaving now 2 players. Flatro, but they still do not know Zorta's position. And Shalfie, now spotted in towards heaven, not only finds 1, but a double. Shalfie, a triple kill. Despite the man disadvantage, he still pulls it out the bag, and you could see the frustration on Devil Walk.
Let's have a look at that one again, how this all transpired, because the brawl onto the bomb site was really favouring B&E, and then Shalfie just takes matters into his own hands, just swings on every single player, and the HE...
I don't think Crad swings this, though. As soon as I say that, he starts jiggle peeking with Synopsy. By God, that's dangerous. He goes down for free, completely untraded. Smokewall clears towards Banana. Rigon does at least catch Jerry, but GXX needs to find Shalfie here. He delivers. There is still an opportunity in this round, but the bomb is all the way back in spawn. And Crad, oh, he's about to find it. It's going from bad to worse for B&E here.
Ooh, and Result catches Rigon on the smoke fade. Flatro's in a position where he could potentially flank, but Result's got the same idea. As Scenari looks on towards short waters, it is a CT to come out on top.
Speaking of being up in the air, I reckon Bad News Eagles have had their wings clipped here. There's simply not enough time to get to the bomb site, and Zorta ensures it. They don't even have the bomb to take with them in the first place. This Flatro has managed to find 23 kills to his tally. Even that's not enough to win out this round, as he's unable to find either of the remaining 2 targets, and is also lucky to survive it.
Yeah, Shalfie could really undo all of the progress that B&E are trying to make onto this bomb site. Synopsy with 1, flashbang over the top. Jerry gets removed, but where is Shalfie? In amongst all of this, he's waiting for Result, but now Scenari's found him out. And with this nade coming over the top, Synopsy is holding for him and dealt with. Result thrown into this 1 versus 2. One way on the smoke. It's a great start, but now he needs to get past the AWP.
Yeah, he's got no util to use either. He does have the defuse kit. That's the one saving grace, but GXX misses an opportunity. He's given up his positioning. He's been tagged on down by the rifle. And Result, no way he's just sticking this. Result, oh, there's no way! Oh my goodness, excuse me. GXX does eventually cut it down with half a second remaining.
At all, it's a smoke wall thrown out by both sides of the server, and it allows B&E a walkway up and over the barrels. Result will answer, and so too will Jerry. This is completely falling apart for B&E, as it's just GXX remaining. He actually gets answered by the P250. That's an AWP that can be recovered. What a round for forZe to win.
To do some incredible things on their own defense. It is again this poor T side that lets them down so consistently, and Shalfie ensures it's still a problem. Synopsy does at least trade this one out, but only winning 17% of your T rounds has really come back to bite them yet again. In fact, this is far fewer than 17 if I'm not mistaken. Jerry, a quick spam away towards the connector. Does further damage to Sceneri. It goes from bad to worse again for these players, and they have very little util left to do anything with as they come out of Monster. Rigon, nice shot. Shalfie again a trade, and we're back into a 3v3.
Yeah, it really could be bad news for the Eagles as they let this one completely slip away. 2 versus 3, Synopsy coming in from short deals with Zorta, so at the very least they're trying to stay alive, try and force overtime on the cards, but Shalfie tucked in towards Monster. Crad has actually rotated in towards the B-bomb site, and GXX could just drop the bomb here, and now Scope spotted C4 in no man's land, and I feel like forZe have come back from the brink of defeat, from the depths of despair, and they close out their map pick 16-13.
What an incredible performance on their defense, and listen to the cries of the youngsters there. That's the result I was expecting to show up. We didn't talk too much about the youngster, but
really have a say in how this outcome is prevailing. However, Shalfie's found one, there's Jerry with another, and it's a 3 versus 5.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really solid start for forZe here, looking to put down what they were picking up in the end of the previous map. GXX, though, looks to deny these rotations in from CT. Zorta as well might well meet his fate to Juan Flatro. No, the AWP, though, deals with the first threat in Crad. Time is ticking down now for forZe. They've lost Jerry on the bomb site itself. They're going to need to pick up the pace, but Juan Flatcher ensures that Zorta cannot. He's removed from the server, and despite an initial 2-man advantage, we're now back to a single-man advantage for the likes of forZe, but Sceneri's position, it goes unchecked, but they're sticking the bomb. Result got a kit, and with that, forZe steal away the pistol, and Sceneri, well, he's got to hang his head in the corner here. Coming in on the rear flank, but
He has, but Shalfie's now in this position as well. This is like role reversal.
oh, we love a bit of role reversal, Brandon. Unfortunately, Synopsy, not so much. Cuts down Zorta. Quick trade from Result. Nicely repositioned, but Jerry, he's on a bit of an island here. But Shalfie, oh, he could go for the knife. Instead, decides against it. Saves the life of Jerry and Juan Flatcher in the 1 versus 2. Gets the bomb down again, but can't quite find the headshot. 3 on the board now for forZe. As bad news Eagles, they're very consistent at getting the bomb down, but looks to find another opening frag for forZe here. Doesn't get caught on the reload. Instead, Juan Flatcher and Synopsy charge on in tandem, and that's an open B bomb site. Crad ensures not for too long, but oh, he goes down on the reload himself. That's a maniacal round for bad news Eagles. There was nothing that forZe could even have done there.
Yeah, everyone being caught up by reloads. Waiting for Jerry's, waiting for Crad's. Timing works out perfectly. Is also just trying to hold on to his AWP. 1 versus 3. Oh, does find Synopsy. Hasn't got a kit, so obviously can't go for it. So far away, but this is ridiculous. Let him save it. God damn it. Sideri, don't hunt him. It's not worth it, son.
Be lacking some util. I am lying to you, Brandon. They will not be lacking util. But at the same time,
Positioning. Smoke's now being lined up as well. That's going to give up the ghost, and oh, that shadow and shoulder spotted. Zorte capitalizes, make things a lot worse for BNE. Boost coming up. That's got a possibility because there are actually just 2 MP9s just going on a little bit of a rendezvous in towards Donut, and that's where the bomb is currently being planted for.
but Result looks to be the first man out. Juan Flatcher, distracted by the AWP, allows Shalfie a frag on the retake. Result adds to the tally and doubles it. Lovely stuff from the MP9. And bad news Eagles. I know they're at a man disadvantage, but I did not expect them to collapse that easily, Brandon. Jerry with that HE. Jerry looking to deal quite a bit in return. Synopsy baits in Rigon, but unfortunately GXX and Rigon will fall, and the start of this round is not looking pernickety. Result, that is brutal.
We're now seeing an aggressive, more comfortable CT side, right? You've got initial contact coming in without utility, and then they're flashing themselves forward. Jerry's just walked down B, ramp for good measure. Zorta repositioning in. This is a very strong start. This is very different to what we saw out of forZe at the start of Overpass, but it's another example of a CT side finding even more success. Rigon, Sceneri now walking route, susceptible to 1 bullet from the M4. Iso spamming through the smoke, good for a kill, and basically 2. As now Zorta Looks to stand tall, delivers another kill, and just backs in through the smoke. It naturally baits in Shelfie. It's all falling apart for BNE. They cannot find a single kill, a single opportunity. 7 rounds for forZe.
It's a map they've got great CT sides on. It is de facto their best, but they decided to take a gamble. They let their best map slip down.
Are they going to flash through? No. Zorta's the only one with a flash here, and Juan Flatro is fumbling with his nades a little bit, but doesn't mess up the kills. However, his teammates are falling all around him. result keeps on going, but Juan Flatro, that's another headshot. And all the meanwhile, whilst this distraction is going on.
Go Goodwill hunting. They're looking for Jerry. They're looking for that M4. They won't be able to find him. And honestly, a hunt was probably ill-advised in that situation with their own economy dwindling, but
Brad may well have just missed it. The secondary AWP falls
him.
away a moment too soon. Jerry, yeah, he has heard him, and that's the bomb with only 25 seconds to go. The entire round, it could well just crumble in front of our very eyes. Rigon into a lovely kill. Hunfuatro another. But Crad, oh, he's not actually going to be fast enough to stop this. Have they realized, no, they don't? Do they have enough time?
Yeah, they do. Plenty.
Okay, it gets pretty tight. Crowd finds another, but Rigon and CCT shut down one apiece. And you say plenty. There was 2 seconds to spare by the time that bomb goes down.
Into the T side's favour, and because of these lurk plays working out, BNE, they do get another round. They start to...
The sneaky Swiss ebbs his way back towards Shelf here, but Jerry perhaps overextending instead. Shelfie cuts down Rigon early doors. The trade comes back from CCT into the 4v4 with Thrust, and result tries to catch CCT, but he's instead caught off guard, and with that, another convincing look for BNE, but Zorta gets a freebie.
Yeah, but look at the ground being taken over towards A, right? They've left Crad there to try and deal with B, but now he can start his flank. Bomb punched in. 2 versus 3. Jerry, Zorta coming from the same angle towards Temple. Flashes over the top, but Scenarii isn't blind. Waiting for Zorta's reposition, but can't quite hit the shot. And with that, BNE survive. They fight their way out of the corner, and they get 5 rounds on the board. Reshift. But also, result has reaggressed A main. That's the bomb drop. Zorta swung in as well. Rigon will at least deal with the threat in the back lines, but the kind of intentions of Bad News Eagles have really been presented. All laid out bare. Rigon trades on towards Zorta, but Crad, he's still here, he's still fighting, he's burning alive. He does get one. But he stands atop the fire and the flames are at a 2 versus 2. This starts to get really complicated now for BNE.
Bring this to as close a scoreline as they possibly can. Shelfie, though, still sitting patiently in towards Donut. Does find the first, readjusts his position, but GXX is yet to be spotted. Shelfie, he might get caught on the retreat, but the timing eludes both players. 30 seconds remain, and Shelfie swings at just the right moment. It's a rough one for GXX, but forZe will be very happy with 9 on the board.
Up close, next to this smoke, this could really dictate the round.
Yeah, Crad needs to go big here, needs to find a multi-frag to get them out of dodge. Scenarii already pushed up. The Russian is none the wiser. It was quite the map for Entropic, and Crad needs quite the play, but only a single kill. result now left with the dirty work, the cleanup duties. Picks up 1. Now the youngster needs to win out a clutch. He said he was feeling confident about this event. He said he wanted to farm some stats. Well, now is the perfect opportunity. 2 isolated duels, a great wallbang spam. Not quite enough for the frag, though, and that bomb timer is still ticking, Brandon.
There it is, and you've also got this, like, bait and switch setup. result, as soon as he moves out, he does get the first, but there's one flat throat with the swing. BNE secures 6 rounds on their T side, a very recoverable one, after forZe are up to a really electric start. Very impressive of how they dug deep and clawed 6 rounds back. It gives them a lifeline to work with. They can deliver quite the killing blow. forZe just want to reset back in. They want to take the fight right up against CCT and the dual Berettas. Meanwhile, Juan Flatcher's having a little bit of trouble at the ramp there. Strikes Zorta, and here strikes Crad, but Rigon is there holding middle.
Yeah, nice kill again there from the Swiss. Oh, and Juan Flatro on a swivel. Zorta finds another, though, but Zorta swiftly removed. Leaves just Jerry in a 1v3. Bomb will actually be planted here, so fair enough, they get some plant money. And the dual Berettas are deadly, because 2 guns are better than 1. As Jerry finds 2, it's all down to Rigon, but Rigon ruins the fun. Oh, it was almost a gorgeous clutch from the IGL of forZe, but the tenure doesn't quite count for enough in that one, as Rigon shuts it flat.
Very nice try, but how close can you be? The IGL puts the team on its shoulders, taps away with the dual Berettas scavenged off Synopsy. When he does this to kick off the proceedings, it still gets thrown into a 1 versus 1 BNE. And that might be the first pistol round.
This one, only a hero rifle for Shelfie. And Synopsy, well, Jerry, hello? Doesn't recognize where the A1S bullets are coming from. It's a nice trade from Result. Manages to stick a reload as well. But yeah, Bad News Eagles, they've got the man advantage. They've got the positioning. They've got the sights on lockdown. And they've also got a flank in the form of Rigon. That's the bomb. Oh, hello. It gets a bit messy for a second. But yes, that is still the bomb dropped. And Ceneri will not clear his corners because that's a ridiculous position for Shelfie to camp in. Result finds another kill. And hold on a minute here, Brandon. We could have a round on our hands.
Yeah, it gets a little bit weird, especially because they're 2 1 versus 1s. Shelfie with another. GXX. He might know that the bomb was dropped in towards middle. He's got a good idea of where both of these T's reside as they group up in towards red. It's actually GXX to just tuck himself into the corner, but Result clears. forZe steal away around.
Oh, and listen to the screams as well from the young guns of forZe. Can't quite say the same for perhaps Ceneri and GXX.
Very deep angle being adopted as well by Zorta. Juan Flatro just fighting through middle. Deals with Jerry, who is at the top of the sheets. And that was out towards Caves. Now ground can be taken towards Shelf. Reposition for forZe. Resetting off the back of... He's also not finding any contact. And Opsy transitions over, as does the rest of the forces for Bad News Eagles. They're ready and prepared.
Yeah, out come forZe. Straight into the open arms of a Synopsy spray down. Lovely stuff from B&E. And they immediately stabilize. There's something rather painful done under him. He's down to 32 points of health again without seeing his opposition. But the most painful thing of all is that 6 in 20 stat line. And Juan Flatro, oh, he's about to make it even worse for Shelfie and Result. This is a miraculous gameplay from the CT side here. Barely taking a lick of damage in return. And Zorta and Jerry, an older duo here on this squad.
Jamming, because he's got the support in from middle to help him out in case his position gets a little bit under siege. Zorta now peeking in. Does deal with Ceneri, but there's the immediate swing from GXX, and he dispatches Jerry. That's an AWP that can be recovered for BNE.
Good lord. Well, on Flatro. Can forZe successfully take mid control here at least.
Yeah, retake in towards mid. It's going to be an A split on the cards right now. Synopsy going to be under a lot of pressure, but Crad, again, the trade space, and it just isn't there for forZe. Jerry will eventually pick up the pieces, and that's going to incentivize forZe to give this one a look in, but you take a look at Rigon, tucked in, now falls back, significant damage with the HE, flashbangs raining on through. He looks to try and stop forZe. They can even enter, but Resort's taking a lot of ground towards this A bomb site, but look at the bomb. The true intention of forZe is to try and hit B.
Yeah, Juan Flatro, though, he's just found an empty B lane. Jerry, I don't think he's given up his position. He's sitting down in the boxes in middle. GXX, though, oh, he's more than happy to give up his as Rigon. It's a cheeky frag in the back of Shelfie, and now, with those 2 kills coming through, there's a rotation back over towards B, especially now as Jerry strikes. It's a big kill, but Zorta needs to go bigger. They've still got Ceneri in the backlines to deal with. Util starts to rain on over. It's a great flashbang. Zorta fully blinded there as he now tries to bludgeon his way onto the bomb site. 30 seconds remain. It's a 2v4. Another great shot from Zorta. He's been the most consistent, it feels like, in the server today as Rigon jumping around the corner. Another quick scope to Vitali. The double arm set up on a retake is going to find 4 frags. And by goodness, only 1 more round needed for Bad News Eagles to steal away forZe's lead. Taking the forZe side.
Yeah, good flash. However, you're now looking to reset in towards Donut, and Synopsy's been here the entire time. Spam not connecting. The crowd falls, and so too does Jerry. And everything is just completely falling apart for forZe. It's just Zorta versus 4. He will get 1, but GXX with another BNE looking revitalized on the CT side of Ancient.
Yeah, I mean, he's just being bludgeoned back and forth. a constant barrage as his KT continues to dwindle. Scenario, though, dwindles down the health of those B-ramp attackers, drops a Molotov down, forZe capitalizes, Synopsy a great spat of aggression, at least Shelfie gets a double trade, but honestly it's effectively a 1v3. Crad has had, yeah, he's been spotted already. Nice little bit of a background lurk, ebbs his way in towards Temple,
Okay.
and by God, Crad actually gets a kill. I guess it is now a 2 versus 2.
Scenario, you imagine he's not going to try and deny the bomb right now. He's going to wait for the rotation of forZe. Bomb planted for Crad.
And unfortunately, Crad is now left in a 1 versus 2. They smoke him out, they spam him down. Smoke, has that actually landed properly? I'm not entirely sure that it has. Either way, it's a 1v2. You could tickle Crad and he'd keel over and die. The bomb's being stuck. forZe's got it done. Crad doesn't even fire off a single bullet. And his lack of impact continues to plague this, well, poor forZe roster.
Deep utility being laid down by Bad News Eagles. Look at this fight. In towards the bottom of the ramp. forZe starts on the proceedings. It's going very well for Bad News Eagles with another Crad hits the deck. Jerry will at least trade one back. We've got the celebratory music, but we're not there quite yet.
No, not quite yet indeed. 4 versus 3 ensues for BNE. Someone's getting a little ahead of themselves as forZe, they get a bit ahead of themselves as they push through the double doors there towards B lane. Both difference maker again. As forZe finally spots out the IGL and does not get away with his life. 3 versus 3 here, they enclose upon the B bomb site, and Brandon Sceneri has quite the tall order on his hands with 30 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, but no utility.
Oh,
And
the
it's actually
timing.
a flash from BNE. Synopsy nearly sets up Sceneri for success, but in fact, Synopsy just going to slide back in, out towards Long, the incendiary, it's perfect, and now Jerry is just thrown into a 1 versus 2.
Smoke deploy, but Jerry, he tries to bait out some shots as he jumps through it. Successful at least in that early endeavor, but now the main problem is, well, he's got to spam the wall, which is not the most reliable of spams, and with that, they've done it. Bad News Eagles, it will be 16-12. After a bit of an extended tech break there, but a masterful comeback after being 6-9 down at the half. Again, it's been a tale of 2 CT sides, Brandon. As well, we now go on to Mirage, which I do think will be a lot more of a close endeavor. This last map, decapitating Zorta where he stands, but Crad floods the bomb site with the rest of his squad. Result finds ahead of GXX, follows up onto Sceneri. Result triple entries the B bomb site, but Synopsy, he's not the fighter yet, neither is forZe. Crad, back of the bomb site, needs to redeem himself for a miserable performance on Ancient, but he's trapped behind the bench, does have plenty of time, but his shots just aren't connecting, and forZe seals the deal with a 3K in the pistol.
How on earth do you... It's under a little bit of siege for BNE.
Yeah, so far so good though. They have held off the attack and GXX. It's a lovely frag, and Sceneri gets so much damage dealt. Not quite the kill conversion though. Synopsy's in line for that as Result again, a double entry. The kids 5 in 2 come round number 3. And the AWP is locked completely out of that A bomb site. Shelfie continues to take further space. The bomb is not planted though. Rigon. Oh, he pounces with forZe. It's perfect, but Zorta even better. 2 to the tally. 1 versus 1. GXX on the AWP gets it done, and the 50 cal ricochets off his cranium to add insult to injury. ESL Challenger League Season 44. They've got a long tenure on this. Even when the servers are tricky, they took it to an overtime versus N17-19 loss there as Crowd and Result. They're not losing any sleep over these entries. Synopsy falls second as Regon makes a sound cue. Zorta's alerted to it, but still goes down to the swing from the Swiss. As Result immediately fires on back, and Sceneri's caught in a rocky position. That was a very messy frag. He gets it in the end, but Regon 1v3. It does appear to be a bit of a bridge too far here, Brandon.
Oh, nearly with the silent drop. But Crad's aware and does secure 3 kills in the round for Crad. That is incredible impact considering he's had a very quiet series so far.
I don't think we've seen any massive surprises so far, but this has definitely been one of the most contentious best of threes as GXX immediately deals with Shelfie, who currently sits 006 in tandem with what Result was bringing up on the first map. Synopsy, the under palace position goes unchecked. Gorgeous 2K spray down. Zorta lost alive in a 1v5. Does get a good kill onto Synopsy, but I have a feeling he will not be able to find much more. Yeah, great kill from GXX there.
It's actually Zorta's flash that completely blinds his teammates as they try an entry over towards A.
He's eating a Mars bar. As forZe too. They do have the opening advantage, Brandon.
Oh, I like this. GXX trying to get aggressive in towards connections. Actually, Synopsy that will strike Crossfire. It's long distance, but it's established all the way over in middle. But Resort's found an avenue over towards B. And this gets weird because Jerry, well, he's just on A. He's dealt with GXX, not ready for Scenarii. But where's that bomb? It's in connector. It's been dropped by Regon.
There's no time. Zorta needs to go down here with 10 seconds remaining. There's not a chance to save. And Scenarii, well, he's kind enough to deal that killing blow. A cracked cranium. Not the best position to be in on the side of forZe now. Going for it. His teammate's been smoked off, though, in Jerry. Jerry doesn't give a damn. He's going to push through regardless. But unfortunately for him, his teammate in Result, the playmaker, has been cut on down and one flat through. The aggression is perfect. Shalfie falls as well, and Jerry finally removed. He'll be posthumously IGLing as Zorta has to find something. What, Crad?
Okay.
Oh my goodness,
Clever.
He walks past Synopsy, plays the trigger discipline, and he's just found himself a B bomb site, knows exactly where Rigon is with that AWP. Having said that though, he is aware of the cross, just needs to find this kill. Rigon misses an opportunity, now pushed upon by 2Ts. Crowd, this is amazing, it could be the round if they keep their composure. Time is ticking though. Down to 12 seconds on the clock, and Crad, that is a gorgeous shot onto the head of GXX. Zorta will not be denied the bomb plot by Juan Flatro. But this could be a tall order for BNE.
No utility, limited time, but Crad overextends, and now you throw it in towards Zorta, and he can't quite adjust on towards apartments. He's now just being completely pinched upon, and Crad did so well, but he goes to take even more space away from BNE and pushes straight into the crosshair, and that is forZe's downfall.
Yeah, he thought he'd landed that palace, or thought he'd landed that apartment shot, which makes it even more rough with the readjustment. Either way, bad news Eagles, a stellar recovery, and again, courtesy of Juan Flatro's antics. Look at him go. Lovely spray down.
Smoking towards window. Releases an incendiary, but GXX passes the first test on towards Jerry. I think he might have spotted the cross, but if he hasn't, that's quite dangerous, especially for Synopsy. There's a player just in the bomb site. They've got no idea, and Result does take full advantage of it. Now GXX smokes off between two positions. Regon gets caught out by Zorta. But there's another sniper waiting in tow.
Yeah, these orbs have been incredibly impactful, but this bomb plant will be too. Zorta gets the digits punched on in. Cannot afford to miss a shot this time, though. And Scenarii walks straight into a one-way smoke. Result can't quite convert this blind spray. And Scenarii has been afforded space towards garbage now. Great kill onto Result, an unnecessary reswing as Zorta now does have the angle on lockdown, but he's dinked in the process. A single point of health separates him from demise. And Shalfie in the backlines has a lot of covering to do. Juan Flatro covering a lot of ground here. Does see a man towards the apartments, but he's only got to turn the wrong way. Zorta finally falls, and Shalfie quite literally falling from the heavens has done enough. Picks up the 2K, 1 versus 2 clutch, and the pandemonium is only going to continue.
How on earth has Shalfie won that round?
Every single time he has bought a deagle regardless of economy. And I love the confidence he has in himself and the sidearmers. Juan Flatro, oh my god, he does actually see the planter under the smoke, but doesn't seize the opportunity early enough. Jerry goes down. And the deagle, again, a worthwhile purchase. Causing far more damage than it does to Juan Flatro's money. Ooh, GXX, that's a knife kill. Knife kill, do it to him instead. Just spams him down with the USP, but spams down Shalfie too with the AK spray. This is getting out of hand. Crad finds a double. GXX chimes in for another, though. Zorta needs to stop this from falling to pieces. By God, do they have enough time, Brandon? I think they might just have it.
Two deagles for BNE to work with, and in fact, it's the USP of GXX lurking his way around the palace. The comms must be so cluttered for forZe because no one turns around and deals with him.
What have we just witnessed? How the hell does a sandwich player not deal with Shalfie as well in the switchover? Crad does his best fighting tooth and nail on the bomb site, but Synopsy with the P2000.
More of a delectable snack for Synopsy on this Mag 7. Potentially room for a few more. Result. Oh dear. Oh no. Jerry will trade at the very least. And that is the B-bomb site opened up. B&E were defending it with a single shotgun.
A very, very bold attempt at a solo hold. The shotgun does at least deal a killing blow to one, but in this 3v3 now, the retake so far not looking fantastic, but Rig on a swift trade. Crad, though, clings on. And GXX, oh, that was very ambitious. I respect the effort, but 5 on the board for forZe now, and that's possibly the most elated I've seen Jerry all day. Their lifeline they're working with, the scenario yet to be spotted. This forZe Palace waterfall starts to trickle on through, and that's a lovely opener from Jerry.
GXX, it's again all contact in the server right now. But still, the player advantage resides with forZe, and there's Crad sneaking through from short. GXX and Opsy just basically watching on. There's some bystanders at the moment in the round, but Zorte will fail. GXX and Result trying to follow suit on towards Synopsy. They do line up. It's a bit of a mess, but Crad is there to secure 8-7 the half from a, well, nearly a down-and-out turbulent situation for forZe. They were 7-1 down.
forZe have had Jerry spotted early. Runs back down the ladder, gets into a bit of a tassel with GXX. Rigon catches another headshot. And with that, Bad News Eagles look to put themselves onto that elusive ninth. There's nothing really working here for the likes of forZe. Juan Flatro finds another, leaving just Result in a 1 versus 5 ace clutch attempt. And that's going to be very swiftly put to bed by GXX.
B&E, just for a moment. First point of contact's been taken up towards Connector, and now Synopsy will strike over towards Ramp.
Yeah, very nice opener here. Crad, though, does at least find the trade. GXX, another in tandem. As my goodness, this round is all over the place. Jerry on a scout. Does at least thin the numbers. Back to a 3v3 scenario. Rigon is dangerously low. But would you look at the flank here? If this is miraculous from Rigon, doesn't matter what HP bar he's on, he might take down. Oh my god, Jerry! The 180 is miraculous. And obviously, though, he finds a double. It's all down to the IGL. Just 6 HP left. As Synopsy gets the bomb planted, the scout does further chip damage, but it's not an AWP. It's not going to be the bona fide kill. And as he continues to spam on down, I feel like this will just be a bridge too far. A valiant effort here from Jerry, but Bad News Eagles.
Of it, enjoyed the repositioning from forZe into the bomb site after they kind of lost the control.
No. Sorry.
Jerry not holding on to the AK is cute. I said it with a pinch of salt because I don't know how effective they're going to run all of these strats with Devil Walk, obviously adding a new layer to Bad News Eagles, but through the smoke Rigon, oh, they're stuck on each other. Shalfie is not dealt with. Now he is. Scenari through the boxes. All right, fair enough.
Everyone was just so blind. No one knew what was happening, and I don't think forZe still do. They've hardly recovered an inch. And with that, they've lost everything else. Crowd, though, in the backlines will at least deny a bomb plant, though it's not enough to find the double. Zorda now in a 1v4. Misses the opportunity towards the Palace player. Does at least kill the rear flank. Smoke now deployed, and I do believe he's going to try and get out of there.
Harry, now looking to hunt Zorta. Oh,
Jesus.
That is disgusting, but that is an AWP denied.
Okay, they are very happy. I like it. You said you didn't, but I think it's pretty sexy.
I don't know. Result. I like that. Opening on towards Synopsy. Look at Juan Flatro. Look how much space he's found. Brad nearly wins out the fight with the MP9. But as soon as that space is kind of alleviated by Juan Flatro, look at Rigo. Look how quick he is in towards the jungle window.
Yeah, it's all about pace and togetherness for Bad News Eagles here, and they've mastered the pair of those. As Jerry does spot Rigon, the spray is laboured, but Rigon's isn't. Result, it's a lovely trade, and Zorta, the timing could not be worse. Result, though, actually adjusts things quite nicely. Shelby chimes on in for another, leaving only Scenario in a 1v3. That is the first good, convincing round we've seen from forZe so far. And when I say forZe, I mean Result, as he has found all 4 of those frags, Brandon.
Going to be a little bit quiet there. I was concerned that there might have been a denial of the bomb defuse, but no, plenty of time.
Нет люрка на данный момент, они хотя бы стараются не упустить центр, потому что если прожмут по центру проще всего прожать, то раунд уже будет не спасти. Пытается выйти Синапси под молотого от своих тиммейтов, но получается это скверно. Видели с вами мы одну прекрасную флешку от господина, не заметил кого, но Зорте уже минус по Ригану оформляет. GXX, но скопом забирает скрада, и 2 на 2 ситуация из большинства для команды forZe. Сложный момент, хотя Зорте сейчас забайтил на себя внимание. Ресаут открывается под первого соперника, также пытается забрать еще и второго. 22 хп оставляет он Сенери, но теперь Зорте в клатче, довольно сложном клатче против Косовара. В руках у Зорте имеется Юсп, также есть АВП за спиной, но у Сенери в запасе 22 хп, и этого достаточно. 14-8.
Отличный хедшот, моментально просто прописывает, и как же... То, что от него нужно было, то он, в принципе, и сделал. Зорте пытается реабилитироваться после прошлого проигранного раунда, идет, перестреливает Сенери в апартаментах, Резалт убивает Конфлатра. И последние 3 игрока это у нас рабочая тройка. Регон GXX, Синапси уже умер. Ну и 4 в 2 под базу Б летят. Там всего лишь один опорник имеется. Видим то, что есть у нас у коллектива forZe 3 игрока, которые полноценно отыгрывают в этой карте. Это Крат, смоки. Смоками отрезать пытается Зигзаг. Ну, видим то, что будут в центр выходить. Сенри уже погибает, это был фейк. Пушат через центр карты, хорошо, минус Крат. Так, дальше выход на коннектор. Тут есть оппонент, куда ребята с ножами бегут, с маком. И Джерри благодаря этому дают возможность уйти. В апартаментах никого нету. В коврах выход на окно, шалфей. Ой-ой-ой, тут GXX может быть очень плохо. Хотя перестреливает Резалта. Ответка должна быть. И есть контактник, посмотри, за секунду все разваливаются, падает. Также еще и Джерри. Это 15-11 за командой Б+, Иглс. Матчпоинт
Без
для
каких-либо трудностей берут для себя раунд ребята из...
Там гульбени такие. Шалфей. Ой-ой-ой, Синапси. Ну, зря он там так долго перестреливался.
Но он не ожидал, что у Шалфея все-таки АВП. Шалфей стоял в таком ракурсе, что, в принципе, там обычно с девайсом стоят. Плюс это Шалфей, опорник. Никогда не ждешь, что опорник будет играть с Авиком в 27-м раунде. Здесь двое игроков команды обороны. Это, собственно, Шалфей с Авиком, но вместе с ним играет еще и Крат. Что ж, пока все белые прячутся за стенами, Крат не показывает себя. Шалфей открывается, минус по Хуан Флатра. Выбрасывает дым себе налево, создает видимость, что он здесь один, а тут еще и Крат имеется. Крат, ой, не вовремя вышел, но добивается Шалфеем GXX, остается Сенри последний, и тут уже на помощь приходит Зорте. 15-12.
Смотрим за выходом. Под флеш. Ой-ой-ой, Шалфей. А вот это может быть заявочка. Посмотри, Резалт нет. Перестреливает двоих, закрывает третьего, переключается на USPS. Там есть снайпер. GXX Сенри вдвоем против троих. Молотов, но Молотов слишком далеко открывается, там он не достанет до игрока с девайса. Отлично, второго пути перестреливает. Что тут вообще происходит? Как это как вообще, что?
Сенри оформляет даблкилл с Desert Eagle и остается в упоре. А теперь остается только надеяться на Джерри, но тут уже 2 девайса подобраны. Это 2 авика и победа для команды Bad News Eagles.
Это что-то невероятное. Как же он с дигла это раздал? Насколько довольны сейчас Косовары. Ну, действительно, они эту победу заслужили. Я рад, что эта команда победила. Видим эти улыбки, видим эмоции. Да, это только выход в групповую стадию.